Hi guys, PomMan here of the Token Minorities, and I'm here bringing you a Ubers live once again with hoopa-unbound, and I promise this will be one of the last times I'll talk about Hoopa specifically on this channel, in all honesty, because I just felt like I should showcase a team that uses hoopa-unbound in Ubers to the best of Hoopa's ability. Now, this is a team that I made on my own channel in the Ubers team building series that I do, where I take a Pokemon and build around it. It's pretty self-explanatory in all honesty, but regardless, if you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description for you to enjoy. It's based around Nasty Plot Hoopa, because that is the best Hoopa set in the Ubers metagame. It's not fantastic, admittedly, and there'll be a secondary live specifically for that series going up to, I think it will actually be, it should be up in 2 days time, I believe, but we're very high up on the Ubers ladder, so I'll just pause it until we get a game. And we get one against someone called Alpha Dexter. I don't remember the name, but he has a pretty good GXC, pretty good win-loss ratio, so I'm thinking he'll be relatively decent at the very least. He's using a variant on standard HO that, in all honesty, I do not like. I find it too easy to defog on it when he has Pokemon like Latias and what I believe will be an E-color, although it's shiny. I thought it was shiny locks, but oh well. Well, maybe this is why I shouldn't build a team when sick, because my Groudon switching is few and far between right now. I'm going to Toxic the Groudon, as he chooses to go straight for a Lava Plume, killing my Klefki, and that means I now need to play really conservatively around my own Groudon, otherwise I will get swept by that Xerneas without much difficulty. I'm going to go out into Hoopa now. This is the exact matchup where Hoopa will be doing the least, so I can just use it to get off a decent hit with this Dark Pulse. Do about, this looks to be somewhat offensive, so okay, he chooses to switch. That is not a good idea. I can easily tank one. What? That's a... If you're going to use Deoxys like that, just use the Deoxys speed set, in all honesty. He goes out into Xerneas now. We can still keep our Hoopa, there's no reason to stay in. And I am Dragon Tail Raw Primal Groudon, which again can be an example of me just not paying attention when I was building the team. I was sick when I was building it, but he chooses to go out into Latias. I can just Dragon Tail you, even if you Draco. You wouldn't have killed me. I am pretty split F, so that doesn't matter too much. And frankly, I've taken the damage necessary to be 2-hit KO'd by, not 2-hit KO'd, O-code by a +2 Focus Blast, so there's not really much point in doing much else right now. We do manage to kill off the Groudon, which is very nice. He's running absolutely no speed, which I'm not a fan of, in all honesty, but if it works for him, it works for him, it works for him, as he chooses to not Mega Evolve. Interesting decision, I don't agree with it, but an interesting decision nonetheless. We're going to immediately roll. We are not letting this Xerneas set up at all, even if we could have got enough more damage the other way. Goes out into his Arceus, and once again we're going to just Dragon Tail. We do have our Calm Mind Arceus Ghost with Will-O-Wisp. He is Life Orb, so that is good to know. I need to be at +1 in order to kill Xerneas after rocks, so I really want to just Calm Mind instead of Will-O-Wisping, but Will-O-Wisping makes a lot of sense. It means that he can't kill us easily at all, and one Calm Mind should be all we need to win this game. As he goes out into Latias, you are not outspeeding me, you will not kill me. Xerneas cannot kill me from here, even if it is Scarf, and if it is Geomancy, it will die, so yep, he does just forfeit, and I'm going to pause it until we get another game. Well, that's what happens when the ladder is dead, I guess. You get Talonflame, which is, annoyingly, actually a little bit of a threat to my team, so I could actually lose to it and look like a very embarrassed person. He's using a... What? Why not just Mega Mence? Like, are you... You must be Mega Mewtwo. Probably, well, I'd have to say it had to be Y on that build, but, I mean, he's using a Talonflame, so I can't really judge and tell if he is or isn't. He is Mega Mewtwo Y, good to know. He gets fully paralyzed, that's pretty good for me. We can just foul play you, do good 60%. He wisps me. I'm gonna be honest, I'm confused. I'm just gonna set up a spike, and all I needed that spike for was to break the Sash on Darkrai and Deoxys attack. This is the sort of team that will run Sash on both of those. So, yeah, easily tank that. We're going to get up our rocks just to cripple the Talonflame. He crits me, so I'm going to attack him with Precipice Blades. Kill the Mega Mewtwo Y that he had. He goes out into Arceus. You cannot set up on me if you're Defog. We're on that part of the ladder, I guess, as we get sent out into Darkrai, which is... Actually, the fact that he burnt me is pretty damn good with Klefki now, because I can easily take on Darkrai, especially given that this will be a... Ooh, I can actually go for Toxic here, which is smarter, because it will wear down whatever comes in. He goes for Substitutes, so yay. We can just lay up a Spike. He's leftovers, but... won't matter, as I need this to be healthy for Xerneas, so it's best not to risk this, in all honesty. It's kind of hard because I don't have fantastic Darkrai switch-ins. I feel like I actually need to risk this, unfortunately. So I'm going to get up another Spike. Hopefully we live the burn. Yep, we do just, and that means that we can now just hard switch into our Groudon. Sack it off, and then we can go out into Hoopa and set up a nasty plot. Now the reason for that is that Darkrai will easily die to the toxic damage. I don't care if this thing is asleep at the end of the turn, and if it's not, then, oh well, it is, so there's not much point talking about that anymore. He goes out into Talonflame. I mean, this is useless now anyway, so if you want to U-turn me, then I'll take that pretty comfortably, in all honesty. He chooses to go out into his Arceus again. I believe he's now actually in range of Psystrike, and so I'm going to go for that. If he's max defense, then frankly I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. Focus Blast would miss, so we're not going to risk that. He's Life Orb Defog, and he drops to the Psystrike, as frankly he should. I am actually going to save this though. It is useful in the matchup against the Xerneas once it's paralyzed. Oh wow, that did more than I thought it would. But the good news is that that is definitely choice banned, so we can just set up a sub with our Zekrom and easily 2-hit KO, whatever. It actually does enough to break my sub, so that's kind of unfortunate. We've got to go for Bolt Strike. And we could now lose this somehow. He goes out into Deoxys attack, which is the right play, so good for him. Kills me with Ice Beam. Again, that is the right play. I need to hope he's not got E-Speed then. That's unfortunate, because no, it would have been a lot smarter to go out into Klefki. We can't switch into Klefki anyway, so that was so stupid of me. So we just lost because I played really poorly around his entire team, unfortunately. GG. I should have done a few things differently there. That was entirely on me. I'm still recovering from an illness, so that's going to be my excuse. Frankly, I really should have Hone Clawsed on the thingy with Zekrom, and I should have gone out into Klefki on the Deoxys attack, and I should have done a bunch of other things better. And we actually get Dab. Dab is a friend of mine, and he's using a team that is pretty damn solid against Hoopa, but unfortunate. There's not much we can really do about that. The good news is, though, that it is really weak to Mewtwo, especially if we can weaken the Klefki, which we can do via our own Hoopa. He leads off with Giratina Origin. This is going to be defog on this team. He has got a Ho-Oh, so he's going to just fire off a Draco Meteor, doing a clean 65%. That is max special attack damage. I believe that is, at least. So he is forced out into the thing I wanted him to not be forced out into. So I'm going to hard switch into my Zekrom. I kind of need my Primal Groudon for later on in the game, as it was pretty obvious he was going to go for Brave Bird there. I couldn't think of the word for a moment. And now he is definitely going to go out into his Groudon, so we can just switch. We actually now know that he is in fact Jolly Choice Band Ho-Oh, because he did outspeed my Zekrom. That is not something that Ho-Oh can do. We dodge a Precipice Blades. That's shit for him, in all honesty. That is really, really terrible. Like, that would have easily killed, and the I really should have Dragon Tailed there, but he didn't make me pay for my mistake. I can actually now go out into my Arceus Ghost and start threatening. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna fire off a I think I actually want to just fire off a Judgment straight away. It will do a clean amount of damage. It'll do 52%. That I think this is Jolly SD Groudon then. If it did that much with one Judgment, frankly, that is more than it should have taken. So he's going out into Arceus Water. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. I didn't even see the Arceus Water. Whatever, we can just set up a Calm Mind on his Recover, and then we can Judgment, and he's forced to Toxic me. Otherwise, he's too weak to me setting up, as there's not even 2-hit KO. Gonna go for Wisp then, so that Judgment is a 2-hit KO with the burn damage. Trying to bait him into attacking me, basically, so that we can get a free switch into our Zekrom without him managing to get off a defog. Although he could quite easily get off a defog right here, as he does not choose to do that, meaning we can now go out into our Zekrom and go for Home Claws or Bolt Strike. Dragon Claw might actually just Oko Primal Groudon after Rocks damage, so I'm going to go for Bolt Strike. If this is Judgment, I could easily set up a sub on it as well. We miss. He Ice Beams me. Well, let's hope we don't miss twice. Yay, we kill the Arceus. The rocks are there to stay. He can now go out into his Groudon. I don't think the Dragon Claw will kill, but it'll do a good 30% at the very least. He is faster than me, as I did say that he could be. So now we've got to go out into our Mewtwo, and we've got to click. Will Ice Beam? Yeah, if he's Jolly, then Ice Beam will kill. This forces him out into Klefki. Now Klefki I can take advantage of with my own Klefki. I need to as well, because frankly I do not have the ability to deal with Klefki with this Mewtwo. I had Fire Blast on it at one stage, or was that a different team? I can't really remember, but regardless, Focus Blast Ice Beam is just better coverage. And thankfully, the fact that we are Foul Play works significantly in my favour here, because it'll do a good chunk to whatever wants to come out, as Giratina chooses to. Takes a good 26% from that. That's less than I thought it would, in all honesty. He is defog Giratina. That is pretty poor, in all honesty, for me. To make that clear, it's pretty poor that he is defog Giratina. It's not pretty poor set, it's a good set. So we can fire off a Dark Pulse. Giratina goes down. He can go out into Ho-Oh. Destroy my life. I feel like we lose this game too, unfortunately. We know he's Jolly already, as Brave Bird does a ton of damage. Yeah, we're going to set spikes here, as he chooses to Brave Bird me. I'm going to Thunder Wave. We could actually potentially 1v1 this Ho-Oh if he gets double paralyzed here. I'm not expecting it, but it would be very nice to see happen. unfortunate. I probably should have gone for the thing in the first place. So we can now just side strike, kill the Ho-Oh. Klefki comes out. We don't kill it with a focus blast. We gotta go for it, unfortunately, but we get thunder waved. So the only way we can win is, well, we need to hit and get a high roll with focus blast, and then we need to somehow avoid dying to whatever move Salamence goes for. We've lost this game, in other words. He's got a misclick for us to win it, but I'm going to give him the satisfaction of knocking out every Pokemon. I was not anticipating Default Giratina after I saw the Arceus Water, and I even said earlier on in the game that it would be Default Giratina, but that was on me. Arceus Water does have a very good set of Judgment Ice Beam, so the fact that I see it in a defogging role so often just made me feel like it would be one here when, well, clearly it wasn't ideal. We're going to start looking for another game now because, frankly, it takes a while to get games most of the time, so Klefki goes down. We've got to hope he misclicks, which is, like, not going to happen, but oh well. As we get a guy using Goth with Cloyster. That's not something you see every day. I can't stop the thingy from going up, the Toxic Spice. The closest thing I can do is go for a 30% paralysis, followed by like a 15%. Yes! Oh, that is perfect. That is life. That is everything good in the world. As he obviously switches out into Groudon, and that is pretty damn perfect. I am genuinely happy about that. I need to change this team so that we are not so weak to Primal Groudon, because, oh, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. Gonna go for Rocks right here, so that Cloyster cannot even come in. He goes out into Salamence. That cannot set up on me. I do have Dragon Tail. As he chooses to go straight for Double Edge. But we tank that relatively easily. Gothitelle then comes out. We have Roar. I'm not... no. I'm going to go for Dragon Tail again. Well, the Cloyster comes in, just gave him a free turn. Probably into Salamence again. No, he chooses Primal Groudon. Primal Groudon can't actually tank a Precipice Blades. We dodge another Precipice Blades. We've been getting really lucky with that move so far in this live. And I still don't have any switch-ins for this, so we are just going to dodge another one. I'm sacking this Groudon, and the game is telling me that I'm really not, so we win that one. We really shouldn't have. Well, we shouldn't have won it from that position. I mean, like, we could have easily won with Calm Mind Arceus Ghost, but that was a ways and not in the immediate future. So let's get another game. Yeah, Calm Mind Arceus Ghost beats the rest of his team, but he should have killed Groudon with his Groudon, because, like, frankly, dodging 2 Precipice Blades in a row is kind of bad luck. We get the same guy that we lost to last time. We're going to not make the same mistake this time, as I'm going to lead off with Klefki again. Actually, I'm going to lead off with Hoopa, because, yeah, again, the ladder is dead right now. Frankly, we're lucky that there's 2 of us playing. Mewtwo comes out, Dark Pulse destroys you, or I could be really ballsy and predict the Darkrai to come in and go for Focus Blast. He has no reason to stay in, and he can't 2-hit KO me. That did nothing! That Aura Sphere did nothing! Literally, well, not literally, I mean, I'm at 50% now, but frankly, why waste your Mewtwo like that? I mean, now you don't even burn my Klefki. Obviously, the next one to come in is the Talonflame. We've seen that happen already, so, like, Hoopa is useless, 100%, so I'm just going to let it die. To the U-turn, in comes the, probably, Darkrai. Yep, but we know he is sub with leftovers, so Mewtwo is a good option to Oko with Focus Blast. Alternatively, I could go for Psy Strike, predicting the Xerneas to come in, but this is not a man who enjoys switching around. It is actually Sash. I could have sworn that it was the other one. We don't need this at full health anyway, so I'm just going to Ice Beam so that we do not risk a miss. I use Sash. He goes out into Deoxys attack. Pretty obviously, he's going to go for the Extreme Speed, and we can still make use of that Mewtwo later, even if it is just as a sack. Going to go for Will-O-Wisp in case he chooses to. Ow, that hurt. Ow. That hurt badly. So that thing I was talking about sacking Mewtwo? Hi, let's do that now. E-Speed will obviously kill me, but oh well. Actually, no, I'm not going to just waste my Mewtwo like that when I can just as easily go out into Groudon. So long as he doesn't crit me, we are fine. He should probably actually just switch out into not the fucking Talonflame, that's for sure. We're just going to Dragon Tail you. Like, that was barely a 3-hit KO, and you now pretty much die to rocks. So in comes the Deoxys attack. I still need my Arceus. As he misses the Psycho Boost, we missed the Precipice Blade, so it's not quite as bad as it has been in the last couple of in the last few games where we've just dodged everything. So he's at 13%. I don't know if that means he'll die to burn or not. But we can't really. I don't really want to let the Talonflame come in for free. So going to go out into Zekrom to bait the Ice Beam, and now we are going to sack off the Mewtwo. There's not much good point to it, as he does not die, so that's unfortunate. Well, I guess we're going out into Arceus and then pivoting to Klefki and allowing him to defog, which is unfortunate, but Zekrom can still win the endgame, so that's what we're going to go for. We tank the Psycho Boost with ease. We can Toxic the Arceus. We've seen defog, we've seen SD, we've seen E-Speed. So I'm wondering what his other move is. Is it Shadow Claw? It is Shadow Claw, isn't it? Yes. So I'm going to go out into my Arceus Ghost on the probable Shadow Claw. In all honesty, I wouldn't bother staying in if I was him. Well, I would. If I stayed in, I would go for Shadow Claw. I definitely would not set up. And honestly, going out into Talonflame isn't looking like a terrible idea. In all honesty. And then I would have to set up Hone Claws with Zekrom, and then I'd actually have to set it up twice so that we could Oko the Xerneas. As he chooses to SD, that is a mistake in my personal opinion. We can recover. We know that we take less than 50% from this Iron Head. Okay. Has he changed up the sets, or am I just like going completely nuts? So it goes for another SD. I mean, frankly, that'll do, what, 60%? I can force in the Talonflame by going for Calm Mind, so that's what I'm going to do. As, yeah, sure, dies. I mean, he can U-turn, but U-turn isn't going to do... Well, it's not going to be too threatening to me because I do have... Yeah, he chooses to Brave Bird, that is the correct decision. So now going to go out into Zekrom and Hone Claws twice and win the game, question mark. There's one. So as long as he doesn't crit me on the third one, or this one, there's two. Volt Strike now can't miss. I mean, I suppose he could be Timid Geozern of all things, so as long as he isn't ridiculously fast, we win. I mean, I feel like he is actually Scarf, just based on the fact that... Okay, no, brilliant, we win. That is good to see. GG. And we get 14 points back, and we're going to have one last game, and then we're going to call it a live. So, yep, I will pause it until we get a game, I guess. Well, okay then, fine. This will be the last game, because I did say it would be. Lucario with Sticky Webs is an actual threat, but he doesn't really have a way to stop Calm Mind Arceus, so we're going to lead off with it, and Click Calm Mind once, and then actually, do we even need to? I mean, I feel like we can just Judgment about 7 times or so. This one will easily kill, well, 2k rather. The fuck, he goes with Thunderwave. Fine. That is technically a way to stop it. You know what? I'm going to just Calm Mind because well, fuck you. I'm going to do it. As he thunders me, we get paralyzed. If we get paralyzed again, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. I feel like hurting him. He's gonna go for Mirror Coat. Not Mirror Coat, but like the one that Magic Coat, that's the one. I'm assuming it gets it, but fuck. That one, it's toxic too. He has 0 hazard removal. I can easily just get setup rocks on everything. Greninja included, frankly, unless you flinch me with Dark Pulse. You go for Grass Knot instead. That's fair enough. I mean, the 2 KOs, so what's actually doing damage? Looking like apparently 50% with a Grass Knot because you're using an OU Webs team with the fucking Mega Lucario. And the fact that it's Mega Lucario Webs means that this is actually a matchup I can easily lose, which is pretty shit. Thunderwaving is pretty much my only play with regards to it, unfortunately. I need to preserve Klefki and then Thunderwave versus the Mega Lucario, hoping that however many times he set up, Bullet Punch does not kill. That way I can revenge kill him with my Zekrom. So he paralyzed the thingy, he goes for Scald, not even Hydro, Scald. Burns me as well because, like, why not? And that's really, really shit. We're just going to go for Spikes. I know what I said about the thing, but the fact that he did get off the skull damage means that we die to Bullet Punch regardless. And now I'm going to go out into my Mewtwo and just click Psy Strike. I kind of feel like... yeah. Well, I kind of feel like the only thing that really wants to come in on me is the Adamant Lucario. We don't quite outspeed it, I don't believe. No, we don't. 2 points away, but like, chooses his Talonflame. We can win with sub Zekrom, so that's what we're gonna try and go for as we live. Mewtwo, that's insane. How is Mewtwo tanking that? Okay, clearly that is not, in fact, a choice band thingy-majig. We're just going to go for Psy Strike again. As he goes for Bullet Punch. Does not Mega. So, like, that actually gives me hope that he's not Mega, which is kind of a risky thing, because Hope will kill me, but nope, he is Mega. High Jump Kick Mega! Why would you fucking... We're gonna... This is gonna be the last game. Because fuck that last game being the last game. I do not want that to be the last game. Leads off with Groudon. This is Rocks. Or it's Double Dance, but oh well. We're gonna go for Toxic. Because I am a man and I'm risking my Klefki turn 1 despite having no good reason to. He goes for Lava Plume. We live. He does not get a burn. Incredible. He's going for a ground type move here, definitely, so we're going to go out into our Arceus Ghost. He goes for Lava Plume, not caring that I have actual resists for that, no. But Wisping here makes why... Okay, fine, we're going to up our rocks. We can live any one Precipice Blades anyway, so who cares. Go faster, as he goes for Earthquake. On this team with 5 of the standard Hyper Offense mons. and he chooses Earthquake, Defensive, Pedon. Whatever. I do not want to be overly negative. I'm failing, but I don't want to be. So he kills me here with... He's got to go for a Psycho Boost to actually kill me here, which is kind of ironic. Not ironic, but amusing to me. He's Sash Deoxys attack, so that's why you don't use Sash, because it is way too easy to... way too easy to exploit was the word I was using. Goes out into Ecola, no got Darkrai. Okay, fine. Darkrai is actually a threat. It is probably Sash as well, in all honesty. I'm going to go into my Hoopa, does nothing. If he chooses to sleep fodder it, then he's insane. So this is kind of a roll. Dark Pulse will easily do enough, so... he shouldn't go for Dark Void here, frankly. It would be a mistake. I'm sorry, what? To anyone that understands why that just happened, could you explain it to me? Because I'm confused. Very confused. I'll go into this, and recover. What do you... What? Okay, so... we have a situation on our hands. We've got to go for Calm Mind here, unfortunately. Wait, he's Jolly. Okay. That means Speed Tie shenanigans. Wisp. Hope you win this Speed Tie. We do not. Hope you win this Speed Tie. We do. Now, recover again. You're not doing enough to outdamage recovers, so you've got to set up SD at some point. Or you could crit. I mean, who wants to actually make a good play when you can just crit? I'm going straight for Dragon Claw because I will miss Hand Claws. I won't miss Hand Claws. I miss Ball Strike, and at least he's not too accurate. So he needs to go Xerneas here. But he's not going to, he's going to go Darkrai. So now I think I need to set up a Calm Mind in order to win. I'm just going to do a couple calcs here. This will be a little bit boring, unfortunately, but you can't win them all. So Darkrai, Uber Special Attacker versus Mega Mewtwo Y, Uber Special Attacker. I mean, obviously Ice Beam kills, but that's not what I'm looking for there. That was what I was looking for. So now I need to see, does +1 Psy Strike kill Xerneas? Xerneas Uber Geomancy. +1 after rocks. That is a roll that I'm not confident about. So we've got to go for Paralysis Axe, because what better way to finish a Pokemon game? I mean, if he Moonblasts here, that is pretty much game over. But the way he's been playing, I believe he will just Geomancy. So, yes, he does just Geomancy. That's good to see. I'm not wrong. So now we go for Thunder Wave, and we've got to go for Paralysis Hack. Not Hacks, but we've got to go for... Well, it is Hacks, yeah. So now we've got to go for Paralysis. So now it's time to see how much a +2 Moonblast does to a +1 Mewtwo. Does not kill. So that's what I've got to go for. And now I've got to go for either the roll or to... Wow, we get the roll. Okay. Okay. Sure, I will take that, and I'm not going to get another game because, frankly, no. Not worth it. So, yep, kill the Salamence, and that was not a fun game. Okay, so I do hope you enjoyed. As I said, there'll be a live on my own channel, and a building video as well, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.